What's up, everyone? This is your host Kay from Lunarlight Games, and thank you for dropping back into our playthrough of Dragon Age Inquisition. Hello and welcome to our channel. If you're new, make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button. Help us keep growing our channel, please. Anyway, give me a sec here while I get set up, and we will get rolling once more with this session. I think I might have to call it early around 12:30 or so. It's currently 9:42 p.m. So we'll play until about half past midnight. I think that ought to give us enough time. It's probably a little under 3 hours, but 3 hours is all I need to get some stuff done during this session. So let me go ahead and pull up the old info, and then we'll get going. I was watching earlier today more footage of Dragon Age the Veilguard, having a look at all the new combat footage. I mean, to me, it looks like an evolution of what they were trying to do in this game and in the first game, and I guess to a lesser extent the second game as well. But in addition to that, they've kind of merged elements of Mass Effect into Dragon Age, which isn't a bad thing. You still have your weapon wheel, or not your weapon wheel, but your command wheel. You still have access to controlling your teammates. I'm just sad to see that there isn't much of an emphasis on the RPG aspects. It's almost like trying to go into Final Fantasy VII Remake and Rebirth after having come down from the original, and then having to readjust and relearn everything. Alright, let's go ahead and continue. The Red Jenny and the Bad Goods. The planned caravan tipped by Sarah's friends was abandoned at our blockade. The organizers have disappeared. There's no doubt. I'm glad, though, that there is some sort of skill tree. Well, it seems like there are multiple skill trees, and based on what I'm seeing, multiple specializations as well. Granted, we only got to see the warrior side. There still hasn't been any footage of the mage side as well as the rogue side. But I guess in due time, we'll see more. Oh hey, we have a new amulet of power. Probably for Sarah. This one is complete, right? Why is this weird? Here we go. I should have had more faith in my agents. Of course, they tracked down Provident, who has sought shelter from the Mage Templar conflict, with a wealthy Navaran patron. We provided a brief description of Bianca, and Provident adapted the design for a leaf spring stabilizer to suit one of her stocks. We were also able to secure his original designs for our own use in siege engines. Thank you for that. And the weapon of Tirda Brightaxe. I have no idea what to say. Scholars have debated whether Tirda's legendary axe was an axe set with crystal, an axe with a magically reinforced crystalline head, or perhaps even just a very polished axe. But apparently the word translated from the ancient language commonly taken to be axe, in fact merely means hafted weapon. It is possible that translations of the saga have been edited to omit evidence that Tirda Brightaxe may have been using what seems, from all appearances, to be a staff, as would more commonly be used by a mage. I apologize for my confusion in this matter. I will endeavor to be more diligent in my translations in the future. Signed, Dorcas Guerin. Interesting. So just like a game of telephone, translations lose meaning over time. So what once was referred to as a hafted weapon is now an axe. I'm certain something similar to that has happened already in our own timeline. Anywho, let's go ahead and continue with these. A trouble of red jennies. I will never understand how they function with the same name. A memo from Liliana written on a letter from Sarah. Sometimes we trade off baddies. Some knob learns your tricks, message another red jenny, now you're twice as hard to catch. Looks like magic, except no demons. And no magic, I suppose. Anyway, the caravan we took over, there's 2 leads on that, from 2 other jennies. Good ones, too. Signed, Sarah. Also, simple sketches of the other red jennies and their locations are scribbled below. Their mustaches seem improbable. In Navarra, there's Johi, and in Tentervale, Sharad. Who do we want to send here? A trouble of red jennies. Okay, in this case, there is a split. Well, let me have a look. Which one leads to what? Well, one of them just leads to more approval. What about the other one? Same thing. They all lead to more approval. Though in Josephine's case, if we take that side of the split, we also get more gold. Let's go with Josephine. Supplied from Navarra, I can leverage the Pendergast name to manipulate to a degree, but perhaps we needn't mention it to Cassandra.
Inquisitor?
That one might take a little longer. I think it's fine. Because that frees up Liliana to complete this. No one else can be sent on this mission. Liliana wants to send her spies to find the contract on Josephine's life. With the destruction of the physical contract, the House of Repose will have no reason to keep sending assassins after her. Infiltrating the House of Repose, however, will take time and possibly several lives. Liliana.
Inquisitor.
I hope we can rely on you. And then after that, I don't see any other... Yeah. There are no other requests I see. Which is looking good. Alright, let's move on. Alright. Now that we're done with that, do I need to empty out my pockets? Possibly. Let me go deposit a few things. Yep, we need to throw back a few more things. I wonder if we can use these for Varric right now. Let's go do some research. We'll do some research and then put some stuff away. And I think I forgot about something in the Storm Coast. There was a mission or something on the war table that we were supposed to do to repair the port. I just want to have a look and see if it's completely repaired at this point. And if there's anything new for us to discover over there. Otherwise, we're free to return to the Hissing Wastes and continue our journey over there. Man, my thumb's feeling kind of sore. If you guys were watching me play through Street Fighter 3 Third Strike earlier, that was a fun session. Got to play through a couple matches with some fairly knowledgeable people, even though I lost like a few random matches here and there. I mean, I still got it, but I can still definitely use more improvement.
Where'd you learn to hammer?
Varric. Bianca is always kind of weird. She needs so many different parts in order to become useful. Oh, hang on. We can use a lightning rune on this thing now. Let me add that to Varric's arsenal. All I gotta do is go over here and dupe this thing. That ought to work. Perfection. Alright, Varric, prepare to throw lightning. There's also a Nintendo Direct tomorrow morning. I think I'll take the time to watch it, if I can wake up that early. I think it's around like 7 a.m. No, wait, I forgot to deposit the other items. Let me do that. As soon as I finish depositing the stuff, we can get a move on. As much as I would like to use this, I don't think it's better than what's his face is currently using. Let me have a look. Oh wait, it possibly can be better, but that's 79 versus this over here, 109. It's kind of meh to me because it's fire-based damage, which is not as good as lightning. Oh, the hell with it. Let's give it to what's his face for the time being. I appreciate the added damage bonus. Even if it's not the right element that I want. Alright, let's fast travel over to the Storm Coast. We're going to check out this over here. Or, hang on. This over here. Let's have a look at our new port. Gotta say, I don't think anything really changed here. I mean, it certainly looks cleaner. But not by much. Oh well. I just wanted to check this place out. We're gonna go back to the Hissing Wastes. And we're going to continue the crawl across the desert. I don't know if we'll be able to do everything tonight, but I'll certainly try. Back into the evening desert we go. At least the music here is serene. Also, traveling deserts by night is probably the best decision you could possibly make. I would not suggest trying to travel the desert when it's burning hot. Oh wait, we never did check out that tomb over here. Let's swing by these two locations and then we'll backtrack a little bit. The ancient road. The ancient road to where? Lovely. Or these guys. I got you guys right where I want you. Alright, looking good. Let me throw on another skill point for good old Blackwall here. It's crazy to think that we're almost done here with our leveling process. There's only 6 more levels left. Well, no, not 6, 7. 7 more levels and then it will be done. Which one do I want here? Or shall we continue our pathway through This one. Why not? At least when you're out here in the desert, it gives you that feeling that you really are alone out here. It's a vast, wild landscape with no one to keep you company here aside from your thoughts. There goes round one. That was relatively simple. Simple was good. This, on the other hand, is not good. Take that, all of you. Solus, what is happening with you? Solus seems to be having a hard time here. Alright, that's completed. Slay the beast. There's a Vargist here. If I remember right, Vargists are similar to wyverns, or wyverns. They're the huge four-legged beasts that are similar to dragons, but they're flightless. In general, they provide almost as much XP as the giants. Those people are not friendly. Excuse me, friendly. Ugh. Let's make sure they don't leave. See you guys later. In other news, I've been considering what to do about a few certain games we've been covering the last couple months, but haven't really gotten to lately. Namely, our runs through Diablo 3 and 4. I kind of want to get back into Diablo 3 season, what is it, 31 or 32? Though I don't know how much time we still have left on that. Because it could be another month or so before the season ends. If I take my time, I should be able to complete it within the next 2 weeks. But it's always a gamble since I started, or I waited so late to do it. And then, of course, there's the issue of Diablo 4's Season 5. Part of me is already good on Diablo Diablo 4 anyway. It's just too much work for very little reward. Where the heck is the legendary beast? Also, I think there's a mosquito flying around. In case I drop everything, like... Dang it, almost had it. I don't think it was a mosquito, though. I think it's just a moth. Where the heck is a beast? It should be around here. Let's keep looking around. But yeah, in regards to Diablo 4 Season 5, I don't know if we'll ever get to it. And in that case, I might just delete the game off the storage drive until the expansion comes out. Other than maybe a few horse cosmetics, I haven't really been interested much more in Diablo 4. Considering we already have the platinum completed. I think it's going to be down over there in that little valley. Now, at least with Diablo 3, it's short enough to the point where we can complete it in a reasonable time frame. So I might just replace those games and focus on Diablo 3 for the moment. And then perhaps whenever the expansion comes out for Diablo 4, we'll have a look at it, play through it, maybe earn the trophies, and I think I'm good on the rest of Diablo 4. Because as much as I enjoy the content, I don't enjoy the live service elements. How it demands so much time of you and barely gives you anything in return. Some other folks may feel differently. But in my case, at least I'll be able to devote more time to some other games that may be more interesting to commentate on. Because with Diablo 4, usually what happens with that is that I'll maybe do a commentary on the first couple days, and then just mute the mic so I can just focus on getting all the content completed. I mean, I could just stick around and do the story elements. That ought to take like 2 or 3 sessions at least. Which wouldn't be a serious time investment at all. Is that the one? It sure looks like it. So it's resistant to electricity, but thankfully we have fire on our side. I don't know if I ever mentioned this, but yellow numbers indicate spirit damage. Spirit damage I don't think is strong against anything in particular. It's just that nothing resists it at all. By the way, since we killed that thing, where are the rewards? It probably didn't leave anything behind, huh? No, well. It's not like it's a dragon or something. The oasis is significantly cooler than the open sands. A sweet fragrance drifts down from the trees. We don't have to worry about spirit damage from our point of view because as the Knight Enchanter,
Must be something here. Let's look around.
Spirit Blade does that automatically. A journal on dwarven ruins. A few days ago, I turned from a statue to find a human woman staring at me. She didn't react when I screamed or when I ran around picking up my dropped notes. When I asked who she was and how long she'd been standing there, she quoted some verses of the chant at me, polite as you please. I offered her some water, but she shook her head, pointed to the east, and said, "Blessed are those with fortitude, for they persevere in the name of the Maker." When I glanced back, she was gone. The poor woman must be touched. She seemed harmless, but I don't know how she gets around so quickly in this heat. Perhaps it wasn't a woman at all. Maybe it was a spirit. Also, that's a bit of a spoiler. There we go. I guess we're done with this area for now. Let me backtrack. Go up this tomb. Then we'll swing to the east and cover these as well. And then we can go up north. This place is short, but it's supposed to be meant for a late level character. It's where you'll get all the best gear.
All over Thedas. There's thousands out there. Some must have been bigger than proper cities like Denerim or Val Royeaux.
Much bigger, I promise you.
The place that they're referring to, Denerim, that's the capital of Ferelden, the kingdom in the east. Most of this game takes place in Orlais. Well, I guess Redcliffe is also in Ferelden. You don't get to see Denerim in this game, unfortunately.
There's a lot of people interested in the ruins out here all of a sudden. I wonder why.
I wonder why too, buddy. But between that and Kirkwall, there are references to the older games, which unfortunately will be lost on new-timers or newcomers. Old-timers like myself probably know everything already. Unless you need like a little refresher. But there's so much outside media that I haven't really had the chance to explore. Stuff like some of the shows and even the books. It's unfortunate, really. There's some decent story and decent writing hidden around everything. Also, what the hell? Solus, you're supposed to stay alive. Also, if you don't want any spoilers, don't watch the new trailers for Dragon Age: The Veilguard. You might be a little lost if you haven't seen the ending to this game yet. There's a tomb, but if you head further down over here, there's a shop. Oh, but hey, look, there's a dog. Why is a dog guarding this little stand? Welcome to my shop. Be back soon. Bet Yar will make chains for you. This little guy? Oh, by the way, this is that special shop. If you're lucky, you'll find schematics over here. But you need that one perk if you want to get the best schematics here. I highly advise getting the superior battle mage armor. But again, you need the short list for that. And that's only possible if you have the perk from the Inquisition war table. So the dog is considered an NPC, if you can believe it. I think it's meant to be a callback to the first game, where one of your companions was a dog. And you just end up naming it Dog. Fun stuff, right? No, I guess not. It's classified as an NPC. But the dog in Dragon Age Origins was a party member. And yes, it was also controllable as well, I think. It even had its own, like, skill trees and everything. It's those kind of quirks that I really enjoyed the first game. Sadly, none of that carried over to the later games. Not even some of the original characters as well. Leliana was a playable character in the first one, though. Yeah, poison is green. You can only use poison damage if you're a rogue. There's a whole skill tree behind that. Where'd he go? Back away, spiders. After many years, Varel, greatest of paragons, could not bear life's burden. Is this another one of those light the inscription in the right order? And the brothers swore and mourned when their father returned to the stone. He bade each son swear he would take care of his brother. And with the burden growing, he called his sons to his bedside. What's up, Mr. Critical? Thanks for dropping in. I guess we light this one first. And then following the story, that one's probably last. Okay, so it's this one and then this one over here. Nice, camping.
I noticed that for a people with no mages, dwarves use an awful lot of magic.
Do you?
Personally, I think it's some kind of compensation thing. We can't spit lightning or freeze anyone's ass off, so here, have a rune that sets your sword on fire.
I miss Bodan, and I forgot what his son's name was. Bodan and oh man, that name's skipping the tip of my tongue, but I can't remember. So, are you camping by yourself, Mr. Critical? There's a new key fragment. Where will that key lead us? Who knows? That's it for this tomb. Let's go over here and then we'll rewind back up here. That landmark is on top of the cliff and we're deep inside the ravine. I don't think I could go solo camping. As much as I enjoy the idea, the existential dread of just being out there on my own in the wilderness gives me the heebie-jeebies. There was this one time where I took a floaty out into the middle of a lake, and just the thought of floating there all by my lonesome and just staring back up into the sky at the moon, you get this sensation that you're just all alone in the world. Even though, of course, like a couple 100 feet away, there's everybody on the shore. But yeah, when you're out on the lake by yourself, you get this feeling of isolation. And for me, it's something that's very weird to feel. Even though I've been on my own multiple times in the past. But when you're in a room and it's small and it's quiet, you don't get that sort of sensation where everything's just expanding outwards and further away from you. It's hard to describe. Like, it's the exact opposite of claustrophobia. Oh hey, a random spider. He just wanted to say hello. Like, I'm fine in enclosed spaces, but throw me out into the middle of nowhere with no one for miles, and that almost terrifies me. A journal on dwarven ruins. A group of mages have moved in. They're digging out buildings deep in the sand. When I tried to approach them, one of the workers dragged me aside and whispered to me to leave before the Venatori caught me. I wasn't going to listen until he showed me his cuts. These mages have been bleeding him for their spells. I ran. I wish there was something I could do. What do these Venatori want? The buildings I saw looked like tombs in the ancient style. Pharrell was a master runesmith. Maybe the city revered his work enough to seal it away. But yeah, because of those experiences, it's why games like The Last of Us, though I enjoy the type of content they provide, it's not the zombies that scare me. That's probably everyone's first go-to, like, what's so scary about The Last of Us? The zombies? No, it's the fact that everybody you've ever known and loved has now passed away or gone or been turned into some mindless husk. And there is no way to come back from that. Which makes the ending to The Last of Us 2 even more meaningful to me.
Inquisitor. Nothing to report, sir.
Well, why did you bother me? The Four Pillars, Astoris. Not only did we find the dwarven tomb precisely where I said we would, the writing on the stone uses a transitive verb found only in scripts that predate 700 TE. It means, obviously, that these ruins were built before the first blight, just as I predicted when we started this expedition. I believe you owe me some gold. Who would have thought that person would win that bet? A sand-covered note. I expected the wagon we sent out to the canyons to return to the watchtower by evening. It is now past noon. That it does not take a half day to travel from camp to camp should be obvious. But if no one has the sense to be alarmed, look for them immediately upon finishing this letter. Take archers with you. Those spiders in the canyons seem to fear nothing but that screeching monster to the east. I'll be by the Four Pillars. I'm guessing that somewhere in the east is another dragon. Or some kind of monster. Astoris. The work goes well, but we're bound to be followed sooner or later. I've set up a watch on higher ground in the Sunstop Mountains, obviously named by someone who never beheld a real mountain. If you're looking for Harmonum, or Harmonum? Yeah, Harmonum. He is looking for the tombs in the canyons to the west. Signed, Magister Eurathis. We probably killed him already. Oh, we're gonna have to go back and find something over there. There's something underground. What is going on here? Demons of the Stone. Until further notice, do not tamper with the torches. Lighting them in the wrong order summons demons. The inscriptions on the pillars indicate the correct order, but wait until we have confirmed the accuracy of our translations before proceeding. I have made maps of the other tombs where there are similar structures. Let the same warning stay your hand there. Signed, Magister Gallus. Below this, someone else has written complicated formulas and scribbled many notes. Demons bound into the rock. How did the ancient dwarves manage it without mages? Binding runes? Subtle properties of stonework? Investigate. What is that word? Gangway? Gang? Is carved into walls. Could be translated from Old Dwarven as stone waste or impure spirit of the stone. Dwarven superstition saw demons as impure spirits of rock. Study is impossible with dormant demons. Ask Cephas and Eurythus for help with binding. We will enter that tomb later. Whoops. This is what happens when you don't read.
Barry, you fought Corypheus once before. Killed him. You were certain of his death.
Yes. What's on your mind, Chuckles?
He survived the explosion that destroyed the continent. If he can live through a blast that levels a mountaintop, we would do well to determine how.
Even if we knew, would that help us? The Wardens couldn't kill him, and they had 1,000 years to figure it out.
Alright, let's figure this out. And let's not light anything on fire yet. And for loss, these halls were made to honor a brother mourned. This is the tale of Pharrell, paragon among paragons, father of 2 sons. For pride these halls were made, to honor a father's deeds, and grieve his loss. Who against their father's wishes fought from foolish words and foolish pride. I think it goes, this is the tale of Pharrell, paragon among paragons, father of 2 sons. That's correct. For pride these halls were made, to honor a father's deeds and grieve his loss. Who against their father's wishes fought from foolish words and foolish pride. That one seems to be the right one. Probably not that one. Oh, okay. So, it's this one. For pride these halls were made, to honor a father's deeds and grieve his loss. And then the last one is here. And for loss these halls were made, to honor a brother mourned. Reading comprehension is required here.
Have you been reading the inscriptions? These dwarves built a colony on the surface. On purpose.
That's practically unheard of in recorded history.
Exactly. Real dwarves don't like the surface. Real dwarves say leaving the stone is death. Whoever built this didn't give 2 tin shits about tradition.
And there's another key fragment. There is the tomb. But we still need 2 more key fragments in order to open it. Let's go over here, grab this, and then we'll backtrack, do this one, and this one. I know there are folks out there who probably don't have a good sense of reading comprehension, and there will be a good those writings. Back when I used to go in school, some of my highest marks were in reading comprehension, but I did terrible in critical thinking. I don't know why. Maybe it just wasn't in me. See, this is why you don't want to have a fire-based attack for Solus. There's just no way he can damage that thing. I mean, the same thing is true over here with the Pride Demon. But at least with the Pride Demon, we can keep it away from Solus. Oh crap, wrong one. Back away from Solus. I love for once that the frame rate in a Dragon Age game is actually somewhat stable and actually good. But it comes with the caveat that the enemy designs look like trash. They're not very good, I don't think. They don't match the ones that are here. And they certainly don't match any of the designs from way back when. Even the new Pride Demon design, it leaves me wanting for something better. The demon designs in the first two games were pretty good. They actually look terrifying. But somehow along the way, it just doesn't look that good anymore. A canyon overlook. A draft of cold air from the canyon brings with it the sharp stench of rot around the overlook. Puncture wounds dot the corpses of Gurn and its unlucky owner. I mean, the best compliment I can give it is that it actually looks like it has a stable frame rate and possibly even 60 FPS. But again, it comes at the expense of having interesting character designs. Granted, I don't even like the character designs for this game as well. It's just so inconsistent from Dragon Age Origins and even Dragon Age 2. At least with Dragon Age 2, it had a pretty consistent art design. But then once you move into this game, it kind of throws everything that came before it out the window. Even the dragons don't look the same anymore. The dragons from the first two games always had a sort of pointed look to them. It was far more angular. And you can tell if you go check out some of the cutscenes from the earlier games. Well, recently they've gone towards a more rounded design for the dragons. And because they're rounded, they don't scream like they're terrifying to me. I think the sole exception is maybe probably one or two of the late game dragons, like the final boss dragon. Where the heck is the patrol here? Wherever they are nowhere to be found. Or is that it? There we go. That's the quest over here. We'll move towards this direction and pick off the rift. What I'm really crossing my fingers for is that the writing holds up in the next game. I mean, the quest structure in this game doesn't really work for me. If you've noticed, we've been spending all of our time just wandering around multiple areas in the game. And we're supposed to be saving the world, but, you know, side questing and all. We'll have gone through, what, 4 or 5 different sections before we even moved on to the most important bit. I mean, it's not a bad thing if you're a fan of exploration in RPGs. But I feel there could have been a tighter focus. Maybe by reducing the scope of some of these areas. But again, this is due to a response from... What the hell was that? This is due to the fact that the map designs in Dragon Age 2, where they were just recycled areas. And that was not fun at all. In this game, everything has shifted over to the other extreme. And I guess there's been another change too because of the criticism of this game's design. Because I guess not everybody wants the wide open spaces and the open world design. So I'm guessing that's why we're getting mission-based gameplay structure. I like to assume it's being done that way because they're planning on having more set pieces and better cinematics. I mean, that's not a bad thing if it's balanced properly. But then they could probably go off the deep end and probably craft something like Final Fantasy 13, where there's a lot of cool cinematics, but the gameplay itself is kind of lackluster. I hope they don't go with, like, corridor explorers. For as good as 13 looked, playing it was kind of boring. Also, never mind the fact that I platinumed the game anyway. Yes, I actually platinumed Final Fantasy 13. Never got around to the other two sequels, though. It also doesn't help that Final Fantasy XIII's gameplay can be auto-piloted. There is an option to have auto-attack. And while it does its job for the most part, for some battles you'll want to skip it. Mainly boss battles. Oh, no you don't. I can't wait until we get to the DLC. The final DLC gives us some pretty good powers. Honestly, some skills that are too overpowered. It turns some of the battles into some trivial experiences. That's not to say they aren't trivial already. Alright, this side is cleared. Let's move up the north in a sort of hook fashion. There might be other things we can explore here. But we'll get to that when we get to it. I think camping in a place like this would be a good experience. So long as it's done during the night. Kind of reminds me of places like Arizona. Anyway. You guys aren't going anywhere. Oh no. Oh no. These frost demons are giving our friend a hard time. Oh, that's why. It's a despair demon. Black wall over there doesn't do too well when we face off against those. He does poorly on the magic end here. But I think we can make up for it. Please don't die. Crap, he died. Where are you? The further north we go, the tougher the enemies will be. It's either we go over here to the logging stand or we go up here to grab the camp. We have enough potions, so I think we'll be fine. Just stay alive, buddies. Try not to die on us. What is that sound off in the distance? Oh crap, hang on. Is that one of the tombs? It might be. I mean, it's lit over here. Why would it be lit? Unless it's leading us down into... No, we have been here before. Let's go this way. Without a map, it's easy to get disoriented. But you see that thing off in the distance up there? At some point, we're going to climb up that area. I think. Now, wouldn't that be fun? I was looking at some video footage of Black Myth Wukong. And it's funny to me that they still have, like, invisible walls in that game. Like, straight up invisible walls. I mean, this game has invisible walls too, but they're backed up by animations. If you want to travel, like, out beyond the barrier or the boundaries over to the east or west.
Ruins. Fate of all cities, eventually.
The game's just going to kick you back out. You won't be able to go even further to the east or west or beyond the sands. But no, in Black Myth Wukong, They just straight up put a invisible wall.
Inquisitor.
It's nice to see our friends are still doing well. So this guy's immune to a number of different things. Let's get rid of you. So what kind of games are you guys hoping that will be announced during the Nintendo Direct tomorrow? There's both a partner direct.
The Venatori want these tombs. Let's see if they found another way in.
There's going to be both a partner direct as well as a Indie World Direct. Solanus. 4 slaves injured and 10 crushed under the rock. We couldn't excavate this entrance with 50 if we keep losing so many. I propose we dig down from the top. There's no other way to reach the tomb without risking another rock slide. Leave this note for the others. I must inform the overseer about our reduction in labor. Signed, Devnex. As for me, I hope maybe at this Nintendo Direct we might see some trailers for Final Fantasy Tactics. I'm hoping. The partner directs are always the major third-party game developers. So if anything, maybe Square Enix. A game from Square Enix, or even another trailer for Marvel vs. Capcom Collection. Maybe some more Capcom games as well. That would be great too. Of Anthem. If your eyes were as sharp as your tongue, you'd have long realized that we found more than just another tomb. This is where the dwarves who built this city emerged from the deep roads. Whatever drove them here, they were determined to stay. The lower levels were deliberately collapsed. Send Virtus back when he's done with the runes in the canyon. Do not make him lift anything heavier than a quill. That slave costs a pretty fortune. Signed, Astoris. So how do we get in? The front entrance is blocked off. Well, just like the letter, it mentioned something about going in from the top. Does it mean all the way literally up here? There are 2 possible points of interest here. Well, this ain't it. It's got to be all the way up here, huh? Go figure. Now, how do we go up there? That's the real key. Perhaps I can climb up here? The Sunstop Mountains. Please don't let me fall. Okay. Good. All is going according to plan. We're not falling. Oh, but hey, there's a camp up here. Let's help out Blackwall. Why do I keep missing? Done and done. The next tomb should be somewhere down below. But before entering down there, there's an ocularium. Probably for more shards that we need to continue collecting. There is number 1. Number 2. Please let it be somewhere close. There's so much open and empty land, it could be anywhere. It's definitely not up there. Could you imagine if we had to climb all the way up there just to get a shard? Come on, bro. Where is it? Why is it not revealing itself to us? Worst comes to worst, we're gonna have to scan each line. I'm pretty sure I'm doing this right. Where the hell is it? There it is. They're not that far off. Before I go down that tomb, what's going on over here? Selenus. There are eyes on me when the rest of the camp is asleep, or during the day when the animals rest. The ancient dwarves who inhabited this place could not have known, as they are deaf to the song of the Fade, but the veil in the waste must have been thin even before the Elder One sundered open the sky. To that end, watch Corix. Your cousin has grown suspiciously quiet since we arrived. He's also been seen leaving the Overseer's camp at night. Say nothing, but follow him the next time he wanders, and report to me. Signed, Magister Gallus. Alright, we're done here. Let's go check out the tomb. This one's deeper than before. And with more treasure to find. A journal on dwarven ruins. It's a paragon. The people who lead the people here who built this city was Mastersmith Paragon Farrell. Paragons in dwarven culture are extraordinary individuals that have been honored in their history. If you played as the dwarven warden from the first Dragon Age game, you could actually make your character into a paragon as well. It doesn't matter if you're playing as the commoner origin or the noble origin, you can still become a paragon. Legend says when he died in the Deep Roads during a war between two Taigs who used his runework to build fantastic weapons of destruction. If he escaped up here, that means the records are wrong. Or someone 1,000 years ago tried to pretty up the truth about his leaving. The most talented shaper of runes in dwarven history, escaping with his entire house to the surface. Now that will fluff some beards in the shape rate. My father said our old family business used to be near an archway that was part of Farrell's paragon statue. I wish I could have shown him this. He's the one who wanted to believe our ancestors in the stone were still guiding us. Be nice to think it were true, old man. Dwarven architecture, looks pretty cool. At least that's one thing that's never changed. The Dwarven ruins have otherwise been consistent between all three games. Why are we lighting up these braziers? Is there something down here?
We're near another artifact.
So far, so good. It's quiet. Too quiet. Oh, and if you've been collecting elemental runes, here's another one. I think there are 3 of them per element. Collect them all and you'll get the best upgrade possible for that elemental rune. Meaning that whenever you want to, you can start crafting superb fire runes or elemental runes.
Good. That should help strengthen the veil.
I mean, there's no reason not to collect them. Unless you're not a fan of fun. Another mosaic piece. And is that all? Weird. Feels like there should be something else around here. Oh, it's this room. Farrell hewed the stone and built as great as any Taig in the deep. But in the sand was stone, strong and true. Avoid the urge to hit the X button whenever you see the brazier. The sun burned above oceans of sand. And with his son's help, he ensured the tide prospered and grew. Which one's first? Pharrell hewed the stone and built as great as any tide in the deep. I'm thinking it's that one. The sun burned above oceans of sand. Correct. And then something about sand and stone. Yeah, this is the one. So number 2. This might be number 3. Yeah, that's the right order. The last one is here.
These rooms are dedicated to a paragon. That accounts for a lot.
What do you mean?
It's, hard to explain. Paragons don't sound impressive on paper. So you invented a new hat or table saw. So what? But when they come through, they're like an avalanche. Dwarves wait entire generations for... You know what? Let's find that last tomb. This place is making me think too much about dwarf stuff.
They're essentially heroes. Very important heroes. That is another key fragment. We have just one more to collect. Also, I'm going to go ahead and teleport out of here. No need to climb all the way back up.
Nothing to report, sir.
Now, where is that shard over here? And yeah, we got to climb all the way up here. Why, game? Why? Give us some stairs, please. Not slopes. Anything but slopes. Sometimes you can't trust a slope. You'll always slide back down one that you're not meant to go up. I wonder... Yeah, we can go up here. The dirt is allowing us to go up. That's for sure. But now to find a way across. Or maybe we can continue climbing. Like over here. And in case you're not certain about how to go about getting this next shard, here's another way. Well, that was easy. Now how to get up here so we can collect the last one. Why, game? Why? If this was real life, I'd just say, you know what? You can keep it. I'm not going up there. Oh wait, there's another path over here. What the hell? And if we go over here... I'm already struggling to climb up here. Alright, now that we have the shard in hand... This looks like new territory. I see fire in the distance. Well, when there's fire, there's people. And if there's people to fight. Catch my logic here? We're in for our good time. Rather than following the path, what's up here? Please. There we go. Well, our friends don't have to do any work. They can just teleport in front of us. Stone over sky. A faint inscription in ancient dwarven script is carved in the archway. Let this gate be the stone over your head, home never forgotten, anchoring soil and sky. What is over here? I'm thinking we can go down here and wrap our way over to the camp. But then we'd miss out on whatever was hiding up here in the rocks. There ought to be a pathway up to that platform up there. Let's look around. Thankfully, the archways suggest another path up here. That's good game design. I mean, even if you don't create like a path leading to the end goal, at least throw something up. You know, just to let people know they're going in the right direction. Alright, goody. We can grab that over there, go over here. We're almost done with the hissing waste here. Now this is interesting. There's some scaffolding here that we can climb around. The Venatori here have been hard at work doing something. Whatever it is, we're here to put a stop to it. See you guys later. Before I set up camp, there are books over here. Venatori orders to the members of the Venatori, we're close to unearthing the secrets of the old dwarves here. The Elder One will doubtless be pleased with our success, but be vigilant. While our work has gone well, the Inquisition, their false herald, we're seen traveling towards the wastes. Go nowhere alone. Lavellan is a surprisingly capable... Excuse me. Lavellan is... Wait, what? Oh, never mind. This is there is a writing mistake. Yeah, so surprisingly capable for a southern mage, and rarely travels without allies by her side. Really? Because I think with this build, there's a good case to be made for playing the game solo. I think we can solo the game without any of our other allies here. It's tanky enough to do it. We cannot allow the Inquisition to take this place from us. If you are pressed, retreat to our main camp behind the Sunstop Mountains. Extra guards will be posted. The Elder One will prevail. Signed, the Overseer Julex. There's another tomb.
That's the last of them here.
What a lookout post. You can see for miles.
The Inquisition could use this place then.
Indeed, it's ours now. There are more activities off to the east, as well as the west and north. Let's travel east.
Inquisitor.
If we can even get there. Great. Instead of deserts, we have a canyon. This is going to be fun trying to traverse it. Somehow we have to get down here. Well, I don't really see a path. We'll just skip down the rocks however way we can. Now, if you have a mage and barrier with you, you can just throw that on yourself and then just jump straight down. You'll take no fall damage. Also, what's up with the falling rocks? There it is. There's a camp down over there. Let's go ahead and destroy it and be on our way. Oh, no, you don't. Oh, wait. How come I never saw that? They flanked us. I still think the worst combo of demons that you'll have to face off against are the Despair Demons and then the ones that we just killed right there. If the Shrieks knock you down, the other demons, like the Despair Demon, will have free reign to just blast you with ice. Give me a sec here while I grab a drink. Alright, now that we've overcome that, there's one more area over here. One final camp that we have to destroy. What is that sound off in the distance? No one truly knows. Where is everyone? I thought I heard someone. Anyway. Archers up on top. If you have another archer, try to take it out. Otherwise, use your mages. Don't let them snipe your character. Blackwall, how did you get up there? Unless you can tank hits, warriors are at a huge disadvantage in this game. They get countered easily by far-off mages as well as archers. Same thing goes with your dual-wielding rogues. If you don't take the skill that turns you invisible, it's hard to approach anything. You'll almost never get the drop on any enemy. And on Nightmare difficulty, that is the worst. You're just going to set yourself up for failure, trying to approach them from the front. That's kind of the reason why we have What's-His-Face with invisibility. Without it, he just won't survive. I hope the mages are as OP in the Veilguard as they are here. In fact, based on what I'm seeing off of the wiki, I hope the info is true. Because there's an option to also have a blade wielding mage character specialization. And that ain't half bad. It likely won't be as OP as the Night Enchanter. I don't think we'll be able to self-sustain, but who knows? Maybe it will be. I wish I had recorded all the gameplay I had for the first two games. It'd be interesting to go back and see what I did. Sadly, those memories are locked away up in here. This is a slave wine. Sounds tasty. We're not done here yet, though. What exactly are we supposed to do? Oh, wait. We haven't eliminated everything yet. There's still more to see. Why are you down on the ground? This game has some pretty wonky hit detection.
This place is massive. How long have they been here?
This must have been the Venatori's main camp.
Considering how many we killed, they won't be getting much work done.
Come on. We should still find what they were after.
What were they after? There is a draft of a letter to Venatori Magisters. Fellow Magisters, we have been given a chance to redeem ourselves after one of our own failed Corypheus at Redcliffe. They're talking about Alexius. The dwarven relics in the tombs are instructions on recreating the masterpieces of one of their finest paragons. They are to be excavated, replicated, and brought back for study. The Elder One is generous to let us prove our worth. We cannot disappoint him. Do not spare the slaves. Speed is crucial to our success. Let us set an example to the rest of the Venatori, mages and commoners both, with our obedience to the Elder One's will. Signed, Overseer Julex. Well, I guess that's all that we're here for. Let's head back to camp and work our way west. Where the heck is that final tomb? And also we're missing a couple shards, so there's at least one more ocularum somewhere or other. There's something valuable here. Perhaps if we go down here. It's just more booze. Flames of Our Lady, a wine with hues that range from blood to fire. Always in that order. In the south, take a single draught, shout she is with us, and throw the remainder into a fireplace. That sounds like a waste of good spirits. In the north, draw steel and march. Well, I guess that's one way to drink if you're not a fan of booze anyway. I kind of wish when I was younger I had bought a bottle of wine back when I graduated and just held on to it. Or maybe even any kind of spirit. like a bottle of whiskey or something and just held onto it for years. Not to drink, but just to hold on for the sake of memories.
We're near another artifact.
Nowadays, those bottles might be expensive as hell. I would have gotten a bottle for at least 2009, 2013, and 2017. Oh well. Maybe if there's ever something important in the future.
The wards are working. It should be harder for tears to form here.
I'd love to get a bottle collection going on. And I don't even drink alcohol that much either. There's something down over there. Poor thing. It was only minding its own business. And yet there we were, smashing it to pieces. I know we're terrible. Oh hey, there's a camp. Maybe we should let them alone. Who do you think's gonna win? The giant lizard or the Venatori? Oh no, he's losing. Lame. I lost money there. So close. He almost had it. I think there should be another shrine somewhere around here. Maybe if we look closer. Loot has a way of finding its way towards us rather than having us need to search for it. I think that's a good thing because otherwise you're always going to be stuck trying to find where it is. Especially if you kill enemies in like far off areas that you aren't really meant to explore. So much for this camp, there's nothing. I'm probably gonna have to scour our guide later to see what we missed here. There's a random shard. There's all this land in the center that we never checked out. Might be something cool going on down over there. These demons are nothing but cannon fodder. Which likely means that the next wave is going to be far stronger. Let them come closer. There we go. Group them all together and then use your Mark of the Rip. There's one more. Where the heck is it? Wherever it was, it doesn't matter now. So we'll camp here, go up here, and then we'll work our way down south through this rift. There's a lot of unexplored land. Hopefully it points us in the right direction. Also, that thing looks pretty cool. I wonder what is it? Sorry, buddy. Yeah, they do. I wonder if that's just due to the fact that they're, you know, dwarven in origin. Alright. Excuse me there. Just had to grab another drink. Alright, now let's make our way down south. The Colossus. We'll let that guy go for now. We have more important things to attend to. I don't see any Colossus out here. If there was any. No joy. How lovely. This next wave's gonna get even worse. Of course. Despair demons. Oh no, you don't. Blackwall's gonna have the worst time here. We need to get rid of anything that will get rid of his guard. Not bad. Well, that's everything here. As far as our journal is concerned, we need one more of these. And we never picked up the rest of these as well. This is going to drive me insane for a bit. We might have to backtrack to a bunch of locations. Let's complete this. As well as this one. I need more of those. But as far as the geological surveys are concerned, don't bother with them. It's a waste of materials.
Word for you.
What is it?
You may want to look into this.
More surveys. That is going to be ignored. Alright, time to wander around in the dark. There are some arrows pointing this way and that way. Okay, not that way. I'm guessing the other arrows point to camps. We'll have to check them all out. It's not like we were doing anything else. Please don't attack us. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry. That is a very, very steep drop. Didn't we go explore that area already? Aw, come on, buddy. You came to the wrong neighborhood. I think we already explored that. No reason to return to it. Let's go down this way. This is starting to remind me of an old favorite movie of mine. 1999's The Mummy. They just don't make movies like those anymore. I don't like to talk about the sequels though because they were never that good. Not even the first one. And that one had like an early appearance by The Rock. They had one job and somehow screwed up The Rock. The Rock looked so young back then. And they choose to waste him by using his likeness for the CGI only. And it wasn't even very good CGI either. depending on how strong your character is, you can easily hit for 20,000 against one of those things. Oh hey, some research against the lurkers. I see a couple campfires we can check out. Maybe one over there. But the closest one should be right about over here. If you don't feel like walking like I am, maybe use a horse. You'll get around faster. Trust me. But where's the fun in that? You can't even pull out your weapon when you're riding on the horse. What exactly is this area? It's got some odd random loot here and there. I'm probably just going to have to pull up a guide soon because we're killing a lot of time here just by walking around. And we're nowhere near close enough to what we should be after. Can I not loot this? Guess not. Yeah, sometimes loot will be bugged. I'm curious as to what that is over there. Nothing? Absolutely nothing. Alright then, let's head north. We'll uncover the rest of this and I'm just gonna go look at a guide because whatever we're searching for is nowhere to be found. Looks like nothing but sand and darkness to me. Alright, we're nowhere near close to completing these two, so let's look on a map. Maybe we can find some more points of interest. Maybe on the first run. Unfortunately, I don't have that kind of time at the moment. It's like trying to look for the pebble in the sand dune. Now I understand why Anakin hates sand. It just gets everywhere. Okay, here we go. Apparently there's one location up over here that we missed. Let's find that.
Nothing to report, sir.
I'm guessing we should check out that scaffolding over there. And then make our way down. Buddy, why do you cross right in front of us? Knowing that you're going to trigger my ally's AI. Oh, hey, this is the Colossus. Oh no. They're messing with our friends again. I imagine a game set on Tatooine in Star Wars is going to play out very much like this. Which reminds me, I need to take a look at the reviews on that new Star Wars game. I can't quite tell if the game is supposed to be good or not. Some places say it's pretty good, but then other people say it's kind of whack. Who's telling the truth remains to be seen. It's probably going to be a little bit of both. But I think the review embargo is supposed to be up by now. I'll just have to scour my sources to see what's going on. I haven't even played the other Star Wars games that have come out recently. Like Jedi Fallen Order and Jedi Survivor. The Colossus of Orlais. Emperor Florian, in addition to being notoriously reclusive, was not fond of his own visage. Orlesian emperors and empresses are traditionally immortalized in gilded marble. Florian, forced to commission something, instead chose a red sandstone, found only in the hissing wastes. He demanded his likeness be carved there, away from where he could see it. When presented with an official proposal, the emperor idly drew on the paper, adding circles around the royal crest, the statue's eyes, and the dimensions and costs of the project. Florian's signature turned it into an official court document, and he refused to entertain more modest proposals hastily drafted and sent to his chambers. As he considered the matter over and done with at last. Thus the Colossus of Orlais was born. Dozens of sculptors, hundreds of miners, and 3 highly paid surveyors selected a suitably stable hill in the waste to begin carving. A year into the project, workers uncovered an old dwarven ruin near the base of the statue. Believing this to be a sign that the ground was sturdy, the grand work continued, until Florian's death, when Empress Celine took the throne and ordered work on the costly effigy immediately cease. We must give our subjects working on this noble project time to mourn, she said. Strangely, Empress Celine never ordered work on the Colossus of Orlais to resume, nor offered a plan to transport it out of the wastes. This thing could have been better done. It looks ugly as hell. But I guess that's the point. It was never completed and never meant to look pretty. Into the ruins once more. Be careful where you light up. You never quite know what's around the corner. This is bordering on Skyrim levels of derangedness. Having us explore all these ruins. Oh, hey, there's a tree growing down here. Interesting. There's a moon roof. Feral, Paragon, fled from the strife his brilliance created. His own clan and his two sons fall feral to the pitiless surface. The strife that destroyed Tyke sundered houses from clan or from weapons that clan used against clan. The surface where they would hide from the war that took their home. This is probably number 1. He fled from the strife his brilliance created. This is probably number 3. Okay, so it's probably one of those two down there. This might be it. No, it isn't. My mistake. Man, it's very costly if you fail this. These are some of the strongest demons around. Alright, so having failed that, we know for sure it's not that one. I mean, it's not all that bad if you want to farm these essences for more runes. It's not that one, so possibly this one? That is the right one. His own clan and his two sons fall feral to the pitiless service. This is number 3. And there we go.
Probably similar to what's in the last 4. You know, I don't buy that stuff about dwarven ancestors living on in the stone, and we're above ground anyway. But something about this place gives me the creeps.
What makes you say that, Varric? Also, there's blue fire here.
All these pieces of metal inside the tombs we found, they make up a key.
Ingenious. Let us see what it unlocks.
That will require us to go where? The map does not say. In that case, let's figure out where to go. Alright, let me go find my guide here once more. Alrighty. Where to now? I think probably this area. This might be the tomb. Or, hang on. There's another massive area off in the distance to this side. Yeah, no, right?
Inquisitor.
I need some way to traverse the desert. You know, maybe if there was some sort of Batmobile, some sort of secret dwarven car. I mean, that'd be great. Alright, so there's like a tomb all the way hidden out over here. If they can put Thomas the Tank Engine into Skyrim, surely they can put the Batmobile in this game.
A forest used to tower here, until sand ate away the roots.
You don't say. What the heck was that? Oh, never mind. It's just a ram. Alright, at this point we need to head east. There's a big old tomb lying out in the middle of nowhere. Somewhere beyond the horizon over here. Yeah, imagine if there really was a forest out here. I would have loved to see it. Ah, come on. Yeah, that is the beauty of having a PC. Never mind the mods that make gameplay easier. Give me all the nonsensical ones that don't belong in the game in the first place. That's truly the beauty of having a PC. Imagine turning all the enemies into Caillou. And how satisfying that must be to beat up all those enemies. I really don't like Caillou. The many times I had to sit through watching that show. Or, you know, turning your partners into the friends from SpongeBob. Varric can be SpongeBob. Blackwall over here can be, I don't know, Patrick. And Solus can be Sandy. I mean, it kind of depends on what sort of PC you're going for. A budget PC won't cost you that much. Even a mid-range PC, if you're not, you know, breaking the bank, can easily be done for about 1,000 or so. It's only when you go into the very high end that it gets upwards of like 2,000. There's something over here.
What is that?
That has to be a dragon. Not sure what kind.
I was tracing heraldry etched on a wall when I noticed pictures of weapons with winged lizards worked into the decoration. I spent the rest of the day translating the inscriptions. This verse was apparently passed down through Farrell's house, through his father to his father's father, and so on for hundreds of generations. From the stone, have no fear of anything, but the stoneless sky betrays with wings of flame. If the surface must be breached, if there is no other way, bring weapons against the Urtok, and heed their screams. Urtok means dragon. Why was it part of an ancient crest? Why were these dwarves so worried about a monster they never see, that they worked it into their weapons? This place becomes more impossible every day. There is a dragon somewhere around here. Let's get down to the ground. I wonder what kind of dragon that we'll be facing off against now. It's sleeping down over there. Let me make a save in case things go awry. We have plenty of potions.
There's our dragon.
She's right between us and that building. Think she did that on purpose?
This is the Sandy Howler. It doesn't notice that we're here. Can we just pet the dragon? On 1, 2, and... Oh wait, hang on. I need to flip Immolate on. And possibly give Blackwall another skill point. Blackwall, what do you need? Let's put on Pommel Strike. Let's do this. Yeah, it's immune to fire. Which means don't use fire at all. This is like a stronger version of the dragon from the hinterlands. Doesn't look like it's flying though. Another thing, notice how it can give itself guard. That's very dangerous. Is it immune to ice damage? Let me see. No, it's not immune. But it hardly does anything. If you don't have a solid way of dishing out damage, whenever it throws up guard, it's going to be very hard to break through. As long as you can stay close to it, you'll be fine. It doesn't fly off like the other dragons. Just be careful of the added minions that will drop into the battle.
Is everyone all right?
I'm fine. But the first blast took a few hairs off my head.
What do we get? Some useful stuff, at least. Yeah, the dragon here isn't very strong compared to some of the other dragons we faced off against. Like the one that was immune to lightning and kept throwing down lightning on those swamp pools. We have yet to see the best dragon. It's coming up soon, though. Well, actually, no, there are two good dragons. The one in Empress de Leon is pretty cool. As well as the one in the Western Approach. The best dragon, though, is locked to the DLC. What's our reward? A unique dagger. And some kind of ring.
Like this before. Is this what the Venatori were after?
You're holding the legacy of a paragon. Empires used to kill for them. Heck, they still do. Whatever it does, it's probably ancient and invaluable, so try not to drop it in the sand.
I thought you weren't interested in dwarven history.
If you want an encyclopedia entry, it may as well be from someone charming.
And Varric's just the definition of charming. I think we've nearly completed everything in the Hissing Wastes. There are these nuts that we should probably find too. What about the landmarks? We're almost done. I just need one more. The red dot is not an enemy. I mean, it is an enemy, but it's not on the same spot. It's above us. I don't think we have to worry about it, though. Alright, let me have a look at my map and see what else we haven't yet uncovered. We are right over here. Oh wait, I'm still trying to find all of those shard pieces. Where the heck are they? Let's see. I think we found like an ocularum somewhere down over here already. Then there should be another one probably right around here. Let's go south.
Nothing to report, sir.
Alright, between the last landmark and the last 3 pages, I'm going to try to wrap those up tonight. So when we next come back for another session, we will be ready to tackle Emprise de Leon. And after that, we can finally head off and go do the Western approach for a new story segment. By the way, have we discovered everything there is to find here? Not just the landmarks, but all of the regions as well. Pretty much. But yeah, that has been the Hissing Wastes. It's otherwise unremarkable. If not for the loot here, I would say just skip it. Lore-wise, there isn't anything important. I mean, it's cool that the dwarves have been up here on the surface. And no, the wind does not stop blowing. There's that ocularum. I don't think we've been here before, have we? Not a good day. Sandstorm blew in for hours, and I was almost bitten in half by one of those terrible spiders. Making the fire nice and bright tonight. Wounds wrapped up, but it feels hot to the touch. Dizzy. Rest a few days. Discovered one interesting thing in all the mess. The name of this place. I puzzled it from some carvings on the doors of Farrell's tomb. Cal Rapartha. A place where we may meet in peace. I hope they found peace. That might be referring to his sons. I didn't think the hissing waste would be so lively, but there are hunters prowling the dunes. One of them showed me a hidden watering hole and some fine spots to camp. I asked her about the old Tig, but she didn't even know what a Tig was until I explained dwarves had more cities than just Orzammar. She clearly thinks I'm barmy, coming all the way out here to study the ruins. Polite about it, though. The statues here were chiseled thousands of years ago, I'm sure of it. Either these people loved dwarven architecture, or the commonly known fact that dwarves never built cities on the surface is wrong. This is the stuff world-famous treaties are made of. I think the game's trying to hint that the dwarves were not all people who lived deep down in the ground. If you read some of the other lore entries, I think it suggests that the dwarves were driven underground by elves. Those are the final two. Thankfully, they're close enough to this that we don't have to go too far. Someone has lit a brazier full of oil here, possibly to act as a guiding light, should anyone need to find this rocky outcropping in the dark. After we wrap up these shards, I'm going to go ahead and find that final journal entry. And that will be that. But wait, if you thought we had explored all the desert areas in this game, worry not. You'll enjoy the Western approach. This book appears to be a diary, with strange charts and illustrations drawn beside thin, cramped columns of text. At first I thought the rocks that glow fell from the sky, but the spirits whisper that these shards have been here for ages, as you reckon them. Did the tear in the veil reveal these stones? Is that why the strangely dressed mages want them? Yesterday they were erecting skulls of all things on top of pillars. The spirits warned me to hide, and it was a good thing I listened. I saw one of the mages cut a man open with a dagger and milk the power of his blood. And I'm afraid of a man who could do that to another as if it's nothing. I thought Templars were supposed to stop blood mages, but the ones that came are strange and red, and are working with the mages. The spirits agree it's very alarming. They've been urging me to run further into the wastes, but my supplies are low. I'll go in a few days if hunting goes well. Poor guy. The hunting did not go well. Also, it's disappointing to me that once more we won't be getting another Dragon Age game with blood magic. It won't be available in the Veilguard either. Though to be fair, I never used the blood mage specialization anyway. Just thought it'd be cool for once that I could try it out. Alright. That's it for the shards. Maybe I can just find one more paper or journal entry here. There should be one off to the side over here. I wonder if I looked for it already. This is gonna drive me a little crazy. We're gonna have to backtrack and look for all of them. That is, if this isn't the one. No, we found this one already. So scratch that one. I think we found this one, perhaps. Let's double check. Oh wait, never mind, we did. Pretty sure we went down in here and found that one. There are all these other ones that are located in like some really random locations. Okay. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There are 8 of them. I wonder if I found this one. Alright. Just to be sure, we found these two. And I'm pretty sure I found this one over here. There's this one that maybe... I don't know. Let's have a look. Pretty sure I looked up there. I kind of wish the game would mark these locations on the map for you. This is one partial reason why I detest the fetch quests in this game. There's no way to determine whether you found one in particular. You're simply forced to backtrack. Didn't I already look in this one? Hang on. But yeah, this is finding the proverbial needle in the haystack. Gotta go over everything here with a fine-tooth comb. Is it not here? And pinging everything doesn't seem to reveal the page, so we're going to go down even deeper. If you're watching this on YouTube, though, well, you could probably skip through this. This is just me being stubborn and trying to find everything in the game. Something that you don't absolutely have to do. Where the heck is it? it's possible that it's not in here. Well, shoot. It's probably too much to ask for if we go back through the archives and determine which one we've missed. So for sure, I think I found at least 3 or 4. The others I'll have to double check later. Or I could probably just do this on my own time. So it's not down here. Maybe it's upstairs. This game is one of the most terrible examples of, I forgot what I was doing, let's make a new save file. Because, oh boy. Imagine getting lost here and saying, I gotta start over. That definitely isn't a good feeling. So I don't see anything here. Maybe it's at the camp. Either that or we already found it. Probably going to be a no here then. Okay, so maybe we already found it. Let me look for these other locations. This one and this one up here. Otherwise, if I can't truly find it, I'll just save it for another occasion. I love it when games offer you the ability to track your collectibles. Or maybe even find a way to reveal everything. When you don't get that chance, then it feels terrible. I mean, in one way, it's supposed to promote more exploration. On the other hand, if you can't find it, you just can't find it. And there's no way in hell you can make it any better. Nothing here but just rocks. Maybe it's upstairs. I have like 2 more locations I could probably check out. No, nothing's going on over here. If anything, it should have been either down in here or maybe it's up here. Okay, so no luck with this one. We can try this one, and we can also try this one as well, but I thought I got 2 of them there already. Let's just double check this area, and if I can't find it, I'll do it off stream and let you guys know my results next time. Where is our horse? I don't know who pissed off the goat. Does it feel like we're going any faster? Because it only feels marginally faster. Like maybe double the walking speed. Oh well. Beggars can be choosers. What is going on in this camp over here? Nothing. I don't think we have to mess with them any longer. Let's keep going, guys. They can continue fighting for all I care. My only job here is to find that hidden map, or not hidden map, that hidden journal entry. It's arguably one of the worst horses I've ever found in any game. Now, did I ever find that thing around here? That's a mosaic piece. Not exactly what I was looking for, but we'll take it anyway. There's some white wyvern hide and something else over there. I think that entry is supposed to be somewhere down in here. No clue though. Yeah, this was a bust. There's nothing here. Okay, so we definitely searched these 2 areas up over here. Or wait, hang on. Let me consult another map. Yeah, I should have been at the, like, north end over here. We might have already looked over there. Nothing here. There is also another location right around somewhere over here. Let's go check that out. Guys, you gotta stop playing with the wildlife. Let's go check that out. And if I can't find it, oh well.
Inquisitor.
You gotta love fetch quests, though. I think I've been scarred by these ever since the days of The Legend of Zelda. Back when you had, like, what was it, like 100 tokens to find from killing all the spiders? And then I think in Breath of the Wild, there's like a fetch quest where you're supposed to collect like 200 pieces of a thing for some NPC, and it doesn't give you any sort of reward at the very end. That always kind of struck me as a little odd. Like, why would you commit someone to doing all that when there's no reward at the very end? Never mind, that's not part of the journal that we're looking for. In fact, this is a codex entry. I mean, it's cool to have either way. But this is simply too long for us to read. Okay, cool. That's a codex entry, but not exactly what we're looking for. Okay then. I think the game said there were like 2 more over here and then 1 over here. Or I mean the guide. Let me double check quickly. This is driving me nuts. And we've gone past like 20 minutes overdue our stop time too. Lovely. There are wolves somewhere out there. Okay, never mind. We've been over there already. Let's go this way. Was it you that was howling? Probably not. This kind of design limitation makes me wonder why there was a ping added to the game to begin with. Maybe it's because the devs didn't foresee that it would be so tough trying to find all these collectibles. And there was no better option other than to use this sort of system. Well, wherever this journal entry is, I'm afraid I'm out of time. And out of patience. Let me search over here. Maybe we'll find it. This thing is a good indication we didn't look for it. I mean, the map says it should be somewhere... No, never mind. Wrong way. It should be somewhere up north over here. Oh well. It's probably better if I consult a video guide or something. Alright, so this is where I'm going to end it. We'll make a save here, and if I find it later, I can always reload for you guys and show you where exactly it is. For now, we'll have to head off. So if you guys are currently watching this on YouTube, please like the video. If you have any comments or questions, please leave them down below. Let me know what you guys think. Should this game have had a system where you could reveal all the collectibles? I think so. There are just way too many. Maybe some sort of Assassin's Creed style reveal system would have been great. Or even in like Far Cry. Anywho, share this video out wherever you guys can. And also subscribe to our channel. If you missed out on any of our previous play sessions, hit up our playlist. Or if you want to see more content from us, check out our channel. Follow us over at twitter.com/LunarlightGames. Over there you'll find deals, discounts, as well as news stories about the gaming world. As well as the odd giveaway we run from time to time. Check out the pinned post for more information. Or hit up our hashtag LunarlightVault. If you'd like to help sponsor our channel, you can do so by dropping a donation over at paypal.me/LunarlightGames. If not, don't worry about it. You can still support our channel just by watching our content. And also, it'll help us out a lot if you are able to follow our Twitch account. Follow twitch.tv/LunarlightGames. And don't forget to hit the notification bell across all of our platforms to get updates as soon as they're made available, or to catch whenever we go live. That's going to be all for tonight. I hope you guys are having a great week. Tune in next time, and hopefully by then I'll get that journal page wherever it is. Alright, so have a great night, and we'll see you guys next time.